Hello neighbors, it's been a while since we did a channel update. We just want to share kind of some of the new projects that we have in the works, and if you're interested you can come and take a listen or you can come and take a look. I'm actually pretty hungry though, and it's been a very long while since we ordered in. Typically Katie and I, we like to go outside, do a little bit of walking and then eat our food and then walk back, but today we're feeling extra lazy. Alright, let's do Chinese Korean style. Jungshik here. I'm craving some kanjajang. Kan means dry. It's like a drier sauce, no liquid, and almost like a very thick paste that you rub in. It's really good. Or you can do samseon, where it says samseon. Samseon just means seafood. And the best is when they have samseon kanjajang. Ooh, they have chadul jampong. Ooh, that looks interesting. And then they have some shrimp fried rice with some jajang. Katie, that's what you want, right? You want this one? I'm gonna click onto another one, see if they got something interesting. What do you guys want to order? I'm curious. Yangjangpi is like a group dish. It's pretty expensive, $30 for the plate. It's very similar to japchae where you have chopped up vegetables, but then you also have jellyfish. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird, but it's actually really good. And then they have some light mustard sauce, and then you toss all the vegetables up together, and it's amazing. Alright, let's see how long they take. It is currently 2:46.
안녕하세요. 여기 받으시고요. 이렇게 드리면 먹자. 감사합니다.
네.
Oh my gosh, let's go!
Let's go! Oh, this has changed. Long time ago they used to not use plastic, but they gave the reusable ones.
Yeah.
Wow, this one is the jjajangmyeon.
맛있겠다. Ah, they gave me 짬뽕 국물.
Ooh,
Yummy.
very nice. Very nice.
기본이지.
아우, 맛있겠다.
맛있겠네. 나도 좀 줘.
안 돼?
나도 있지롱.
새우 볶음밥 with some jjajang sauce on the side.
My favorite. 나도 짜장면 시킬 거야.
You did. In Korea, if you give something complimentary on the house, it's called 서비스.
원래 볶음밥 시키면 짬뽕 국물 나와.
아, 그래?
응.
서비스 아니었어?
응. 원래 나오는 거.
Ooh. Katie, here's the spicy jjampong.
국물.
Jjampong. And of course, the 단무지 with some onions. Ooh, they skimped out on the onions, just 3 little pieces. And then some chunjang. We forgot to order mandu. Oh my gosh, 안 돼. We cannot eat our jjajangmyeon without some mandu. We're gonna make some homemade. Bum, 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 bum. You know, it's really hard to beat the taste of delivery jjajangmyeon. It's hard to replicate that taste. And the reason is they use a specific type of chunjang, but it comes in like, I think, for like restaurant use. It's huge. So that's why no one, of course, buys it for the home because it would take forever to use. And then we gotta pour the rest on top. We might as well just put the whole thing.
맛있어 보인다.
Yeah, Katie, have some of this. All right, let's eat. Guys, before we talk about the other news, quick update on gochujang. In short, gochujang is still temporarily closed right now, of course, due to the pandemic. There's not enough Korean Air or Asiana flights that are leaving from Korea. So normally your cargo or your parcels, they take those flights, but since they're so limited, they're only taking in the most expensive type of international cargo, and those rates are ridiculously expensive. So we're not going to pass those rates on to our customers. So right now our doors are closed, and I think it's going to be at least maybe 2 months and more. I mean, it really depends on how the US handles the situation. And in the meanwhile, we have our eyes open and we're sourcing great products, and we have a long backlog of products that we're slowly uploading into our site. So if you see new products come up, simply heart them if you like them, and then when we open back up for international delivery, you can order them as you will. Mandu complete.
Wow, that was fast.
예, 이렇게 먹습니다.
Yum, yum, yum.
All right, Katie, are you full?
Yes.
All right. So over the past few years, we've been wanting to put up more content on YouTube, but a lot of times it has nothing to do with food, and especially Katie's like, why we always just gotta do food? There's more things to life than just food. And I, as a gatekeeper, kept shutting down her ideas, and at some point Katie was like, you know what, I had enough.
So I decided to create my own YouTube channel.
Yes,
And it's called This is Katie. So this channel is about our life outside the kitchen, and
Yes, we do exist outside the kitchen, guys, right?
and kind of mostly life according to my lens. These videos are edited by me, and it might be a little bit different style to Future Neighbor videos.
Yeah. Future Neighbor is so fast cuts, like
Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit and have some time to enjoy the views and get some new perspectives. And we're really active like on our days too, as well as the weekends. We're always discovering new places, like checking out what's hot and trending around Seoul. And
I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart.
we recently moved to the outskirts of Seoul, so we're
Gundam.
also discovering these new areas, and yeah, it's really fun to discover it, and we want to share that part too.
life in Korea with a car versus without a car is so different.
Exactly.
Like when you live in Seoul, you don't really need a car, but if you just go on the outskirts and you start driving around, then I don't know, it starts to remind me about life in California a little bit. You can have more access to activities and things like that, but
So in this channel, I want to focus on 3 things. One is kind of building your hobbies and kind of life outside work. Yeah, and I think building an identity outside your job is so important to your happiness as well as to your health. And this is something that I wasn't very good at. And number 2 is just our random discussions, our weekends, and just living life in Korea.
Katie's really good at like surfing the net and seeing what's popping. And so I think last time we went to a drive-in theater. That was the first time I actually been into a drive-in theater.
I'm just so excited.
Oh my god, this is so cool!
Oh, look at it. Yeah, and we had so much fun.
Yeah, it was really nice.
We
I didn't
should go
know they
back.
had that thing in Korea, but it's actually pretty romantic. I think if you're single dudes, then rent a car and take a lady out to a drive-in theater. It's pretty nice.
And number 3 are just random things that make life fun. And And of course, there's K-drama. I'm a K-drama lover. Like every night I'm just in front of TV, right? And yeah, let's get to know each other better there and let's have fun.
Alright, and then same for me over the past few years. I do enjoy cooking. I actually really enjoy it. But I also do enjoy talking. And
He's
so
a talker.
I enjoy nice conversations.
Yeah.
And one thing that I remember was when I used to go to church, like on Sundays afterwards, like our friends from the church, we would go to like a restaurant, like any restaurants, and then we would have some discussions. And I always enjoyed that moment on Sundays. And in my mind, I kind of want to relive those kind of, it's not intimate, but in a setting where we're all neighbors and we're all trying to understand each other's point of view. So I'm starting a podcast where we bring that atmosphere back.
And what are you gonna talk about?
I want to first share some of these stories.
Funny stories.
I have a lot of stories from growing up. Some sad, some hilarious, some outrageous. But I think these stories, they help people show that it just doesn't happen to them. When you live life and you're like, why is my life ... No. It's already happened to me. It's already happened to Katie. And I don't know, I think those stories are helpful. And also share all those mistakes. So, growing up, when you're in the pursuit of anything, there's a lot of hiccups. And if you're trying to go from here to here, most of the time life will take you like this. right? But people always talk about the start and then the end, but that middle process is where I think life is all about, and again, those stories. So share those, and then also about our opinions on what's happening now. When I turn on the news or I turn on podcasts, I hear like perspectives from a lot of other people, but I don't hear like voices from Asians, from Asian Americans, from people in their 30s. Of course, your opinion is going to be different, right? It should be different. You didn't live the same exact steps as I did, but I want to open up that conversation. And our podcast name, we went through so many brainstorming, but we eventually just decided to carry on as Future Neighbor Podcast.
So if you've been enjoying our humors and personalities, then come over to the podcast and let's talk.
So right now it's available on Spotify, on iTunes, and we're gonna keep adding to wherever we need to. But also, we also decided to put up the audio in video format on YouTube in case you don't have access to those. And feel free to comment away. Don't worry, Future Neighbor, our cooking videos, we still rock on. Don't worry, those are gonna be keep going.
Sailing through.
We're smooth sailing. We keep smooth sailing with that.
See you.
Adios.
안녕.
Ciao.
再见.